All right, so thank you guys so much for being here. I'm just thrilled to death that everyone came. Must have struck a chord for so many people to sign up for this. I feel quite humbled by it all, and also very happy to give you guys a healing. This is really a gift that I wanted to do for everybody. So just for those of you that might not know me, my name's Lisa Campion, and I'm the author of a couple of books, The Art of Psychic Reiki and Energy Healing for Empaths. And I'm actually working on my third book right now, which will be coming out in the spring of 2023, called Awakening Your Psychic Ability. And my work is really about training psychics, healers, and empaths to fully step into their gifts, because I think the world needs all the healers it can get now more than ever. Plus, we need all the healing we can get, which is I know why you're here today. And my goal is to create, and my life purpose is to create an army of healers to just go out there and save the planet, and that's what I like to do. So I train psychic healers and empaths to maximize their gifts so they can go help the people that they're meant to help. And I do that by teaching Reiki, especially my brand of Reiki called Psychic Reiki. And I teach psychic development classes and do spiritual counseling and all that kind of stuff. Today, we are doing a healing called the Christ-Light Healing. And like I said, this is my gift to you as part of the holiday season. So this is an interesting thing for me, because about this time last year, I decided I wanted to do these group healings and really had no idea how they were going to go or what was going to happen. I do them every month, and usually I have about 30 to 40 people come on the group. This one, like I said, 250 people. So wow, yeah, that's amazing. So it's really for you guys best if you can be either lying down or sitting very comfortably. Please don't be driving. And we are going to start this healing with a guided meditation just to help everyone get grounded and settled in. And then also to help us every single one of us begin to connect with the Christ-light energy. And then I want you guys to really sit back and relax, and I'm going to do this healing for you. It's a little hard for me to describe what kind of healing I'm doing these days. I'm doing mostly channeled healings. And since this is the Christ-Light healing, I'm going to be connecting to the Christ consciousness and channeling that energy to you. And it's really interesting to me. I have a very interesting kind of connection with Jesus, because I didn't grow up particular. My parents were Unitarians, and I grew up in a very ecumenical, open, like Jesus is one of many ascended masters kind of frame is how I grew up. And I've had some very intense personal experiences with Jesus as an ascended master throughout my life. So it's really meaningful for me. And we're going to talk more about what that energy means to me. And I know it's going to mean something different to you. But one of the things that I wanted to invite you to do in this healing is to, if you have a pen and paper around you, to write down the names of some of the people that are around you that also need a healing. And if you do that, then we'll include them in the healing as well. And if you choose to do that, you can just write them down on a piece of paper, hold that piece of paper while you're receiving the healing. And we're gonna do a part of the guided meditation where we're gonna kind of loop some of these other people, and actually the whole planet, everyone in the world. If you don't have pen and paper, just hold them in your mind, hold them in your hearts as we're doing the healing, because the world needs a lot of healing right now. It's been a really crazy couple of years, and I think that many of us are tired and need some restoration. So I just, I want to invite you to include your peeps in this part of the process. So let's talk a little bit before we start about what the Christ light is. And I know it probably means something to you, or you wouldn't be here, but I'm going to tell you what it means for me. And that is the Christ light is sort of the indwelling light of the divine that resides inside the heart of each of us. And I experience it as the frequency of unconditional love and compassion, and especially the energy of compassion. And when we connect with that, we can receive a really powerful healing. So just as a little disclaimer, you don't need to be a Christian to benefit from this healing. I chose it because, like I said, it's Christmas. You can be from any faith, tradition, or none. And we could have done this with any of the ascended masters or high-level healing beings that there are, and I just chose this because, Christmas, right? So, when Jesus said, "I'm the light of the world," he meant that, I think that he meant we all are. And that this is a reminder that we are the light. We are of the light. And the Christ light is the light of consciousness that illuminates us and connects us to all living things on the planet, connects us through the heart, but also to this divine light. So the light of Christ's heart reminds us that compassion actually transmutes suffering and takes it out of the world. And I love the image. Like I told you, I grew up Unitarian, but my neighbors who lived next door were Italian, and they had this picture of the Sacred Heart. It's one of those sort of dramatic ones where Jesus is like, his robe is like ripped open, and there's the Sacred Heart with this, sword like covered in the crown of thorns, and the sword piercing the heart, and fire rolling out of it. And I remember sitting in front, I was probably like 8 or 9, sitting in front of that picture and just being very mesmerized by it, and asking the grandmother of that family, who barely spoke any English, to explain to me like what it was. And she, this is what she told me, and I thought it was so beautiful, that the Sacred Heart, the sword, represents that our hearts are pierced open by the pain and suffering that we endure as humans, right? And as that sword pierces open our heart, it's like an analogy for grief, and suffering, which is also the great heart opener, right? And it opens our heart in compassion for other people who are also suffering. And the image of the fire is that flame of divine love. It's divine fire. And in that flame of divine love, that's the energy of compassion, burns away suffering. So let's take that in for a minute. I want you to really think about that. When we open our hearts to our own and to other people's pain and suffering, and we feel that compassion and let it come out of our heart to the people that we're with, that compassion actually transmutes suffering. It takes suffering out of the world. It takes it out of you. It takes it out of the people around you. And that's an incredible thing. So that's what we're going to do, some of that in the guided meditation that we're doing. And that Christ light, or the Christ consciousness, has also been described by other people as a state of consciousness that we find ourselves in when we reach self-realization, which is this unity with God, with the divine. It's a kind of divine enlightenment that comes through the heart specifically. And so tonight we are going to be embracing that divine light that lives within inside all of us, that God spark inside all of us. So, and my hope is that as you connect with that spirit of that indwelling divine light within you, you're going to receive a deep healing, and that you're going to be able to share that with others. So let's start. Let's begin. And let's start with a little grounding and centering. So, I always think we need grounding. It's crazy out there in the world. And while we have a minute, let's do some centering and grounding. So if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. And centering happens when we find ourselves again. So most of us will feel that our center is in a part of our body. Like maybe if you take a breath right now, take a really, really, really deep breath as you think about centering yourself. And notice where you breathe to. Some people will breathe to their hearts. Some people will breathe to their belly. And wherever you feel like your consciousness resides inside of your body, that's your center. It's different for everybody. And it can be very helpful if you put your hand on that part of you right now, by the way. And as you find that center, I want you to use your breath to bring in all the scattered parts of yourself, all the parts that are scattered out through the day with your family, at work, in the past, in the present, in the future, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're feeling, whatever your connections are, pull them back into you with your inhale breath. Pull them all back in. Bring them back home. And you can imagine, sometimes I imagine them like little fishing wire, like that you've flung out into the world and connected to all these things that are not you. So on your inhale breath, you're going to reel in that fishing wire and bring it back home. And now that we're feeling a little more centered, we're back home inside of our own self. We're going to do some grounding and clearing. So if you're sitting down, having your feet on the floor is really good. If you're lying down, that's fine too. We're going to pull the energy down today. So I want you to imagine that you've got a big beam of light that's coming in the top of your head, and you're going to breathe it right into your heart. Pull that energy, that light right into your heart, and just take whatever's in your heart. It's been, like I said, it's, tough year. We all know that, tough couple of years. Whatever's in there, just release it. You can release it on your exhale breath. It can go maybe down your spine, out the bottoms of your feet, into the ground. It's a really good way to ground. And then on your next inhale breath, take a really big inhale and breathe that light right into your belly. And for those of you that are sensitive empath types, a lot of times the belly is where we hold the energy we've picked up from the world and from other people. You can sort of feel it like a little squirmy knot of energy in there. And right now, just acknowledge that. And on your exhale breath, release it down your legs and out the bottoms of your feet. And then on your next breath, inhale breath, pull that beam of light all the way down to your tailbone, like really find your tailbone. And often as we come into our tailbones, we find our body, we get regrounded. So just take a moment to honor, love your body, appreciate your beautiful, perfect, amazing, healthy body. And again, on the exhale, if you have any pain, tension in your body, just release it down your legs and out the bottoms of your feet. And then on the next breath, inhale breath, I want you to breathe all the way to your tailbone. And as you exhale, let's really ground. We're going to imagine, pretend, or visualize that our tailbone is extending like the big taproot of a tree. And it's going to go down, down, down through all the layers of the building that you're in, right into the earth. And we're really going to ground. So drop it as deep as you can and make it as wide as you can. Dinner plate size, trash can size, sewer pipe size. And as we release this energy that we don't want to carry anymore into the earth, we're going to send the earth a lot of blessings, gratitude. We're going to ask the earth with our deepest gratitude and humility to compost whatever we're holding that we don't want anymore. We know the earth can handle it. And if you feel extra sensitive, then let's take a little bit of a minute to put your energy bubble up. We can forget that that's okay to have a boundary. And so if you feel like doing this, imagine, pretend, visualize that there's like a little bubble around you about arm's length out. And this bubble is this boundary layer that it's at the very edge of your energy field. And it's like your personal space. And you and everything that's you is on the inside and the world's on the outside. And nothing is going to cross this boundary without your permission. You're safe. Just notice how you feel. You feel any different? We're going to now just connect to this Christ consciousness light, this light, the light of the Christ light. So I want you to keep breathing light into the top of your head, but this time, as you go up, find that light that is the Christ light. It's so easy to find. Just ask for it to come to you. And the light that's pouring in the top of your head right now is the light of Christ. Christos, the King, the consciousness, the light of pure consciousness. So it's beautiful. To me, it looks like sort of like diamond like it has all the colors of the rainbow inside this light. Let it come down into your heart. So breathe the light, this Christ light, into your heart. Let it illuminate your heart. Let it fill your heart with each inhale breath with this beautiful diamond rainbow light. And let it open your heart. Let it heal your heart. And let that light move to any part of any place inside of you. This is like the love of God. This is like God's love affair with you. Like the deepest, most divine love, this love, this Christ light loves every aspect of you, every imperfection, every perfect imperfection, every place you try to hide, every unhealed emotion, unhealed trauma. This light knows everything and loves you 100% anyway, with 100% love. All the tender bits that love need the love the most. Let that light go there now. Any place inside of you that needs healing, body, mind, spirit, emotions. And see if you can receive it. And if you can't, ask for some help. Ask for the light to help you receive it. And I want you now to mix in to this your own deepest love for yourself. So I just invite you to open up as best you can to your own love for yourself. So that what you're feeling in your heart right now is this mix of this divine love and love for yourself inside your own heart. And now in each inhale, you're going to fill yourself with this divine love and this self-love in each inhale. And on each exhale, you can release anything, any loss, pain, grief, suffering that you're feeling. Let it go out through your mouth. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to scream, scream. If you need to weep, weep. Make some noise. Sometimes we need to on the exhale as we release. But each inhale, just absorb this beautiful, perfect, this love that loves you. Like the way that we love a newborn baby, when we hold a newborn baby and we love that baby, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't need to earn our love. We love it unconditionally just because it's here. This is how I want you to love yourself and to receive the love, this divine love into your heart. And now let's send some of this light out into the world. So this is where we can send some of this to anyone in your life that needs healing. You can hold them in your mind. You can, if you wrote it on a piece of paper, you can hold it in your hand. You can hold it in your heart. So we're going to breathe in on the inhale, this incredible love, this divine love, this Christ light, and this love you have for yourself. And on the exhale, we're going to breathe out love and compassion to anyone you have in your mind, anyone in your life that you love, that needs healing in this moment. Send it out on the exhale to your people. And now let's send it to anyone in the world who needs it. So on the inhale, you're going to fill yourself with this divine light. Just let it pour. Like you're standing under a waterfall. That's how easy it is to receive this and to be filled by it. And on the exhale, let's send it to anyone in the world who needs it. And you can even imagine that the earth is like a small little ball you can hold in your hands. And as you fill yourself on the inhale and you exhale, all this extra love is going to go to the planet itself, to all the plants and animals, to the planet itself. May this light of Christ relieve the suffering, all the suffering anywhere on the planet right now, best we can. Now it's time for the healing. So I would love for you to just sit back and relax and receive this healing. And I will let you know when it's done and bring you back. So it's going to be about 20 minutes or half an hour of healing. And all you need to do is relax and receive. And I'll let you know when it's done. All right, everybody, if you can, just take a nice deep breath. Do some recentering. Find yourself again. Begin bringing yourself back into the room. Just take all of that beautiful energy and absorb it. Know that it went exactly where it needed. And all the parts of your being received a deep healing today. You feel like you're still full of energy, then just take a really deep breath from your center and exhale any extra energy you have down the grounding cord. And let's give back to the mother. Let's give back to the earth. So just keep grounding. If you can, sit up. If you've been lying down, try sitting up. Drink a little water. Breathe all that beautiful energy back into the planet, into the earth. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and when you feel ready, open your eyes. And I just wanted to thank you all so much for being here today. It was totally my honor. I hope that that was helpful for you. And I certainly loved connecting with each and every one of you. It was a very powerful and intense healing for me. I just felt like Jesus came in and put his hands over my hands, and I opened the gateway, but he did the work and touched each of you directly to open your hearts and then connect this divine heart to the rest of your chakras. And also there was a lot of work done on your physical being tonight. So if anyone was ill, feel like there are people that are ill, have been ill, we received a deep physical healing as well. So, and also an upgrade to your whole energy field. So thank you so much for doing me the honor of being here tonight. I'd love to see you on my website. Drop by lisacampion.com. I have a beautiful Facebook. If you're on Facebook, I have a beautiful Facebook group called The Art of Psychic Reiki. If you're not, which is the name of my book, if you're not already there, I'd love to see you there. And that would be a good place to talk about what happened, talk about this healing. So I hope to see you there. And we do this healing every month. So you can find more information about that if you want to connect in the next one. In the meantime, so much love to all of you. May you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your holiday season, and we will catch you in the new year. Thank you so much to all of you. Thanks. I love you all so much. Bye.